Hey, what's up everyone? One thing I wanted to do today was provide something of a bit of a how-to video just based on years of experience and trial and error in terms of knowing how to sort of store posters and keep them safe for posterity in a way that also lets you actually enjoy them. Here you have your familiar pile of poster tubes. These are a number of my tubes that just are in the process of getting archived and stored. For years I had, entire rooms full of nothing but bin after bin after bin of the hundreds of poster tubes that I had for all things Star Wars Expanded Universe. I got to the point where I got fed up. So did everyone else in the house about, making more room for, and what are you going to do with this? And I got frustrated too, because look, I wanted to actually see what was inside on a regular basis rather than having to go through the pain and trouble of taking these things out, not having a great place to display them, and actually accidentally maybe even doing harm to them in the process. I ultimately settled on this, and I want to highly recommend. It's basically a poster display rack, art display rack. They're widely available in lots of different art stores, including even on Amazon. Just Google things like art display rack. They're usually mobile. I don't have the wheels on mine, there's no need, but these are something you'd see in galleries or art fairs. It's a really great way. Often it's a great way for folks too, like painters, to dry their pieces too. You could put one or two on to sort of dry them. It's in a V shape here, which allows for lots of different poster prints. This alone represents over 50 posters, and so you can see how efficiently they use the space, right? So I have several of these for the several hundred different posters and things, and what's really nice too is that some of these poster tubes that are, you can see that black one there, that's about I don't know, that's about 4 feet long. That's going to be a hard one to ever really put in a easy to find archival backing board or top loader or even frame. So in the meantime, the nice thing is that that tube right there can just very comfortably sit at the bottom of this as well. So while you're even in the process of getting things bagged and boarded to go on a display rack, it also serves as a really handy way of getting a few of them up off the floor out of those bins. You can really take an entire life's collection and stick them in just a couple of these things here. And the best part is that not only do you get to see them, but you get to flip through them like you would at a store, right? Just, flip through them here, so you actually get to enjoy them. Now, just a quick note on the types of bags and boards that I use. The one problem with this is that if you take a poster like this, which is a promo for the Dark Times run, it's double-sided. Very beautifully in this case, it's got the really wonderful pencil work by Doug Wheatley, who did the artwork for Dark Times. The problem is if you put it in a more traditional bag with a backing board like these here, the problem is you're not going to be able to see the back, and that creates a bit of a challenge. The best way to go in general are for these archival bags. Think comic books, right? It's just that they're for posters, and you can get them at such a level that the archival sort of science behind them keeps these things maintained for hundreds of years, quite literally. It's costly, but it's worth it in the case of some of these really treasured sort of collectibles. In the case, unfortunately, though, where you do have double-sided things that you also want to protect, your next best bet is to get top loaders. This happens to be a 2 foot by 3 foot. They come in various sizes. Again, it's a bit costly, but it's worth it. Unfortunately, top loaders, and again, for folks who know, you just know, top loaders are insanely difficult to fit posters inside. There's lots of different tips that people have to do that. There's so much static electricity that builds up inside them in the shipping process. It's just absurd. But if you can get them in there, it's great, because at least you get to see then both sides. The only downside is that it's a little flimsier here, whereas you can see these things are standing up really nice. So what I occasionally do for some of the top loaders here is I'll find some cardboard sheets to sort of just create a little bit more sort of sturdiness for some of the top loaders, so they don't start to bend and things like that. But it's taken me a long time to get here. For the longest time I thought, well, you know what, I'm just going to plunk it down and get things framed. But then what's the problem? Well, where do you hang all of the hundreds of posters you have, right? I really think the best way to go is maybe identify a couple of your favorites, get them as nicely framed as you can, and then sink everything else into an art display rack with archival level bags and boards. I strongly recommend a company called Bags Unlimited, which offers some pretty good deals and some free shipping at some certain rates and stuff. And they have a whole range of even more sophisticated archival products as well, right down to your sort of basic top loaders too. So yeah, if you guys have had this trouble, sort of learn from me. You cannot go wrong with one of these art display racks, easily available on Amazon. Don't forget the top loaders, don't forget the archival bags and boards, and get these stupid poster tubes up off the floor and out of the bins, and get them in a place you can finally actually enjoy them. All right, see you next time.